So this is what to do if you fall off of what you're doing. You stop working as hard as you were before. So this recently happened to me, and I'm like, okay, how do I get back on track? Because there's a big disturbance in my whole life. I had to go somewhere, and then I was there for a longer time than expected, and I didn't have all the stuff I had on my computer. So if you want to get back on track, first you gotta make a schedule. So the first thing I did, I wrote down every single time I could do it, and I wasn't like really conservative about it. I was like, okay, so at 7:30 I'll wake up. Okay, morning routine. I'll give myself an extra 10 minutes in case. So it's just schedule, but don't make it super tight, and don't expect to follow it properly for the first week or so. Once you get that schedule down, start waking up earlier than you used to. So when I left my schedule, right, everything went out of place. So I had to slowly. This is my first day following it. I had to slowly ease back into it. I couldn't like wake up at 6 o'clock all of a sudden. I was waking up at like 8:39, and if I did it all at once, sure I would be able to do it 1 or 2 days, but then I'll get demotivated. So if I want to get back onto this like rigorous schedule that I had, I gotta ease into it. So right now I'm supposed to be reading, but I'm recording because everything got messed up. But don't expect to follow your schedule for the first 2 weeks, maybe even 1 week if you're good at it. And secondly, do not lose determination. The amount of time it takes to build a habit is about 3-ish weeks, 21 days. So if you want to get back into that habit, you're going to have to use discipline for the first 3 weeks. That's it. Only 21 days you have to get yourself together. After that, it's all easy. It's all momentum. Because that's how it was before. I still have this kind of muscle mind memory that I want to work hard. I want to get back into that kind of rigorous schedule where it's like, okay, at this time I do this, then I work for 4 hours straight, then I practice this, I work out, all of that. So first thing is that, and then secondly a habit tracker. So I actually have mine. I'm not gonna take it off, but I have mine. It's like workout minutes. It's a basic stuff I've been doing for over a year and a half, and I should be like, oh, like my ego will say, yeah, you can go right back to it, but I can't. I can't do all of this stuff right away. It's gonna take me time to get back into this routine, and I know that, and that's like one of the main things. My ego is too big. Like honestly, it's so big that I believe that I can go back to my whole schedule just today. I would be able to go everything from day one. Here I am, not even following it myself. So I mean, I guess here's the thing, right? When we look at these huge big performers, right? Like say billionaires, and you think they're like the most productive people on earth. They're waking up at like 5 a.m. They're like working out. They're doing all that stuff right away. That's not how it works. I was reading Tim Ferriss's, I think it was the 4 Hour Work Week, and he says that he only follows his schedule about 70% of the time. So he has a little routine. And that was like a big reveal for me. He said and he's met a lot of people, right? Big performers. He said that, and I've seen this in podcasts too. People say, they wake up later than usual, or they stay up until like 4 a.m. like thinking or writing or something, or reading. So I guess it's a human thing to not want to be disciplined. We always look for the easy way out. We look for whatever is habitual to us, it comes easiest. But if you do the hard things, you get used to those hard things. If I was born told to work out from like, I guess when I'm able to work out, maybe when I'm like 3 or 4, I'd get used to that. I'd work out for my entire life because when I was a child, I believed that this was my life. I have to do this. Whatever you adapt yourself to is what you will become. Of course, this is easier when you're like before 18 because neuroplasticity is faster. You're able to learn stuff faster. When you get older, it gets difficult. So this is why it's very beneficial for young people to at least get into the routine of doing hard things. Get into this routine of not neglecting doing something just because it's hard. So yeah, back onto productivity. I deviated there. you just follow your schedule, really. Don't expect yourself to get right back into it. And thirdly, start getting more knowledge. That's what I did. All these papers on my wall, if you can see them, right there, and just some more behind me. All these papers they're reminders. So right, that's physical, and then on this wall I have mental, over there I have social. All this stuff is to remind me of what exactly I need to do. I read this from books, I get this from videos, and I write it down. And this is specific to you. Like, for example, I might be at a higher risk for arthritis. So I write down what supplements I need to take specifically for, say, higher uric acid or, lower vitamin D. I think everyone has low vitamin D. So that means I might be taking supplements that you won't. But, there's some general stuff, but, that's for another video. But write it down. Write down what you know. Write down what you know you need to follow, and read it every day. If you forget, read it. And the best thing you can do is a morning affirmation. You're like, oh, affirmations, they seem pretty stupid. Like, oh, read it, you'll become the perfect person. I don't think that's how it works. If you read it enough times, say 2-3 times. No, not 2-3 times. If you read it for 2 or 3 weeks, you'll get to a point where you're able to understand that I have to follow this. So say in your morning affirmation you wrote, I am a leader. And then after reading it for 2 or 3 weeks, you have it in your head. So when you're in this social situation, when you're in a position where someone needs a leader, a group of people need a leader, you know what to do. It comes in your head, oh, I read in my morning affirmation today, I need to be a leader. So then you become that leader. And this works for pretty much anything, but if you make it too long, So I guess another thing is write down your morning affirmations. Write down what you want to be. What is your perfect self? And whenever you do something, ask, would my perfect self do this? Even if it's uncomfortable, ask yourself, would my perfect self do this? Mine is about 3 pages long. I read it every morning. And so far, I'm remembering a few things. Like right now, I have it written on there, talking a deeper, louder voice, because I'm generally really quiet. So now I'm talking in a deeper, louder voice. I remember this stuff because I've said it so many times. So getting back on track that's like one of the main parts. I mean, the rest is just momentum. Like once you get this started, you get this habit of hard work, which I've mentioned already. I keep on mentioning the same things. My fault. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. People always overcomplicate things, like, start praying, start work out, only one exercise set for, just slowly do it, man. Just if you used to work out, say 7 exercises in a day, try doing 2. It should be below you. If you feel like you can do this, aim for this, because that's how you'll get stuff done. The point here isn't intensity. You're not trying to get back right into where you were and then work hard for the rest of your life. But that's the thing, you're going to be working, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. You're not going to work out just until you're 20. Of course, if you are, then yeah, probably, but most of the time you're not. Everybody wants to stay fit throughout their entire life. You're not going to be working out just today or just for the next few weeks or next months. You're doing this for decades. 3-4 decades. And that means you can't spend your time doing hard things and expect it to be something you do every day. I think I struggle with this too. I feel like, I'll have to get everything done today. I have to, complete my classes today, complete my work today. And yeah, sure, it gets work done fast. But then, at what point is it worth all of that hard work if you're not consistent? You have to progressively overload your productivity. That means if you used to be doing something before, it's not there anymore. I took a training break. I don't have the same 1 rep max anymore. I think it's dropped by like 20 pounds. Give yourself time, set a routine, and just be disciplined for 3 weeks. And you'll have it set. That's all you need to do to get back on track. After that, progressively overload. Just do maybe one more set for each exercise. Work 10 minutes longer. It should be below you. And once you start doing that, over time it'll add up. In 2 months, you would be doing, if you added 10 minutes of, say, working every day, in 2 months, you'd reach a point where you're at like 600 minutes of work, 5 hours. And you're probably not going to be doing 5 hours. You're going to be maybe 3 or 4. Time, routine, and progressive overload. That's it. That's all you need to do. So yeah, that's it. I don't know how to end things. I'll just close. Okay, bye.